Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It has been a long break to some extent, but yeah, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today we are going to be talking about a very significant trend which has been going on, very significant topic as such for the Indian car industry. The fact is that cars are not selling that well, and that really is of a huge concern. Car sales have been declining since 2019, and even though last year in the festive season we saw some hopes of revival actually taking place in the industry, that has not happened at all. The fact is that sales currently, even in these festive months, are down by not just by 5-6%, but down by 30%, 40% for some of the biggest manufacturers who are actually manufacturing their cars, selling their cars in India, like Maruti Suzuki, like Hyundai. Now, there are a variety of reasons behind these, and these reasons are really not just short term problems which are occurring or some kind of a managerial problems which is existing within these companies. The fact is that this is a sector wide problem. Almost all of the car manufacturers, barring a few exceptions, have reported a decline in sales because of the reasons which now I'm going to talk about. Predominantly, according to me, there are three reasons which are attributing to this cause. So, let's get into it. The first reason, which is actually causing this issue, is the semiconductor shortage. Fact is that in this world, in this scenario which we are living in right now, there are not that many semiconductors, there are not that many microchips which can be used for all the products which we use. The product which I am recording this right now requires a semiconductor, and not just one, but like a huge number of semiconductors. And it's not just a mobile phone, not just a camera, not just any other appliance which we use. Fact is that semiconductors have become so entrenched in our daily life that they are involved in each and every product which we use, even the most basic ones. And that is also true for the cars, for the automobiles which we are using day to day. I'll give you an example. The recently launched Mahindra XV700 has 170 microchips. I'm not even talking about the semiconductors, the microchips. And that really shows you the reliance which the cars are now having nowadays on microchips and their importance in cars. The fact is that cars have now become a technological appliance too. Majority of the decisions, majority of the interior operations, even driving dynamics are controlled by a technology which is of course provided to us by these very microchips. Whether you want to just simply change the temperature in your car, change the sound setting in your car, or actually change the driving mode from, for example, eco mode to sport mode, you will require these microchips in your car. The fact is that in our world there is a huge shortage right now. It's really a crumbling shortage. It's affecting all the products, and cars have been in fact one of the worst hit sectors who have been suffering due to this problem. And due to this problem, cars have actually, of course, their prices have risen. Many of the features which are offered in our cars have become optional. And in fact, that has again resulted in loss of sales. But especially for the bigger manufacturers, a huge sales drop, like unprecedented sales drop. It is only a few exceptional manufacturers which have actually been able to sort of deal with this problem, even though they are also bearing the brunt of this huge problem which has taken over the whole industry. In fact, some exceptions probably which I can cite would be, of course, Tata Motors. They have really been able to deal with this problem. Still, even they have admitted that their costs have risen significantly due to this issue, but they have at least maintained that growth trajectory in their sales. To some extent, I would also commend Kia and Mahindra for dealing with this issue. But it's only those, maybe even Toyota Motors, but other than that, not really. Almost all of the manufacturers have either reported a decline in their sales or despite even reporting a growth in their sales, their costs have frankly risen, and that is not lending them any more profitability in their operations. And that is again because the prices of cars have risen with less features, in fact, or many features becoming optional. Consumers are not willing to buy them, and it is really causing a detrimental effect to the entire industry. Now, the second reason, which again is very important, which needs to be considered by all of you, in fact, is that there is still a overhang effect of COVID. I like to call it as COVID blues, in fact. The fact is that many of the car makers, despite doling out, in fact, I would say, huge incentives, huge discounts, consumers are still a little bit skeptical, still a little bit afraid of actually making that huge financial commitment of buying a car. Ultimately, we all should remember that cars are a huge financial undertaking, and not just for their outright cost. You have to see the fuel cost, the maintenance costs, probably for many of us, even the resale value of that car. It really is a huge decision which anyone takes, especially for a person who is buying their first car. So again, as I told, COVID blues, that really is having an overarching impact on the entire industry, and it really is not ideal for anybody, because the fact is that people are still afraid, they are still skeptical, they don't want to make that financial undertaking. But at the same time, industry is suffering. It's not that just the consumers are having COVID blues, industry is still having COVID blues. In fact, you can even argue that they have been having the same blues before COVID came around, because sales have started declining even before COVID came around. So it really is not the ideal sign for the industry, but this is a reality which we are living in right now, and we need to be sensitive to these sentiments too. So yeah, many people are still not committed, still not encouraged, still not positive on actually going and buying a car. Now, the third reason, which I think is again very important, and not just for a new car buyer, but even for a current car buyer, the fact is that there is a lot of inflationary pressure. Third point being inflation. Inflation is really not helping, especially purchasing cars. Fact is, prices have risen for cars in quite a staggering manner. And that needs to be acknowledged. Now, you can argue that they have been providing more features, more services, but car prices have risen, and especially for the cars which appeal to a majority of us, like SUVs, like compact sedans, hatchbacks, all of them have had their prices go up. And that really is causing again an impact on the industry itself. Now, alongside car prices rising, it's a general economic problem. The fact is that this is a financial problem at our hand. Because of various stimuluses being rolled out, because of interest rates being set which are being set by the RBI being at historic lows, the money flowing in our economy is quite a lot, and that is naturally going to bring up the prices in the economy. So that is why you will not just see cars, but it's a general trend. Any appliances, even the normal groceries and vegetables, are seeing a significant rise in their prices. Now, for a lot of us, that might not be a pinch as such. We would, of course, be acknowledging that problem, but we would still be able to easily deal with that problem. But the fact is that we are not the majority. Majority of India will be feeling this pinch, in their wallets, in their pockets. It really is causing a problem, and it really does not allow them to commit again to go for this purchase. And again, I will come to an even more important point, which is fuel prices. Fuel prices are just another side effect of this. The fact is that fuel prices at one point were 60-65 rupees, and now they have gone up to 100-110 rupees, which is staggering, which is unprecedented. Like, nobody could have actually properly foreseen it. At least the common man would not have been able to foresee it. And when they are suddenly seeing these price rise, and when they want to run their vehicles, it really becomes a significant problem. They will look to save costs rather than going out and investing in a vehicle. Their main target would be to save costs and making sure that they are on the efficient side rather than on the enjoyment side. That is why you will, even if a consumer decides to buy a car, it will often be a cheaper one, the more efficient one, rather than probably the better car, the better performing car, even the better safer car. You will see that trend taking place too. So this again is causing a problem because fuel prices are rising. Many people do not want to buy a car and instead are resorting to public transport because of the rising fuel prices, affecting their sentiment to actually go out and buy a car. And that really is not ideal for the industry, because it really is causing a prolonged period of stress, prolonged period of losses even for many of the car manufacturers who are operating in India. Now, because some of them have been able to launch newer products, they have been able to partially reduce the impact, but the fact is that majority of our car makers are either loss making or not delivering on the products. Either one of these scenarios is taking place. Either the loss making or they are not delivering the right products for the Indian car market. The right products being safer cars. And again, that's a whole another issue itself, but this is a very big impact which is taking place due to this issue. So yeah, predominantly these three were the main reasons behind why car sales are significantly slowing down in India. And even despite a festive season having gone by, car sales haven't risen as much as they would have been expected. So the three reasons being semiconductor shortage, COVID blues, and inflationary pressure. These three are predominantly the three reasons which is leading to car sales being slowed down. So I hope you guys did like this video. I hope that you did gain an insight on why this issue is taking place and why this issue is not just related to the car industry, but it is a broader economic trend which we are seeing taking place. I would not call it completely a problem, but yeah, it is a trend which is going on in our country. So I hope you guys did gain an insight on that and did like the video. So do keep showing your support to the channel, and that encourages me to put out more videos. Thank you so much for watching and stay safe.